Rapture's on my meditation cushion over here. It's not my cushion, it's her cushion. And sometimes when I sit on it at night or whatever, when I'm like chilling and doing like my own practice, she like comes around and she's like, meow, excuse me, that's my cushion. Okay. Yogis and friends, let's do some yoga. A couple of things that might come in handy. A blanket or a pillow. I'm going to use mine right now. I'm going to sit on it, which elevates my hips above my knees. And it just creates a longer, straighter spine. You can also use your blanket or your pillow to help support your knees when we're in a tabletop position, or sometimes like in a forward fold to give you a little bit more height on the hands. Another helpful thing to have might be a belt or a strap. And again, if you don't have one or you don't incorporate one into your regular practice, that's totally fine too. You don't need one, but sometimes nice to have. All right, let's come into a comfortable seat at the top of our mats. Really arriving here for the practice, getting present and getting grounded. What does that even mean? I listened to yoga teachers say that for years before one day it clicked and I figured it out, you know? So what I'm saying is just that, you know, we can arrive for our yoga class or, you know, our English class or our math class or whatever, but our mind is still in the morning. And did I leave the coffee maker on? And did I go grocery shopping? Or in the future, I have to have that conversation. I have to do this, I have to do that. So let's leave all that behind. Take a deep breath in. Exhale fully and arrive here, now, in the present, in your body, in your mind, but in your present mind. Not in the past, not in the future. Send your awareness down into your physical body, you know? Let's just take our hands together like this for a moment, rub them together, creating friction, creating heat, and really give her, like really make that sensation, that physicality, bring it into your body. Feel that. Now take your hands and put them over your eyes. Take a deep breath in and exhale. What do you see? Are your eyes closed? Can you see little energy waves? Can you see light? Can you feel? Can you see? Can you hear? Hands down on your knees, big deep breath in, long straight spine. Exhale fully. Cats are always present in the moment. They don't have a past or a future. We can learn a lot from a cat. Inhale, both arms up into the air. Exhale, bring it down through center. Inhale up. Exhale all the way through. This one's different. Inhale up. Exhale, bringing the right hand to the left knee and the left arm behind you. Twist it open, looking over your left shoulder. Twisting from the core, twisting from the shoulders. Inhale, both arms up, 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 up. Other side, bringing the left hand to the right knee and the right arm behind you. Twist it open, twisting from the core, twisting from the shoulders. Big, full breath. Inhale, both arms up, 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 palms facing each other. Exhale, bring it down through center. Let those shoulders drop away from your ears. Beautiful. With our hands on our knees, grounding down through the sit bones, let's make some big circles with our torso. Really moving from the hips here. When you come around the back, hollow it out. When you come around the front, lift from the chest. Big circles. You're not only making a circle, you're making a sphere. Switching directions. And coming back up into a comfortable seat at the top of our mat. Let's come onto our hands and our knees. Feel free to use your blanket or your pillow under your knees if you need a little bit of extra support here. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Inhale, looking up at the ceiling, up at the sky, pressing your belly button down into the mat. Exhale, tucking your chin, arching your spine, pressing down through your shoulders and the palms of your hands. Inhale, looking up at the sky, up at the ceiling, lifting from the chest, pressing the belly button down into the mat. Exhale, arching your spine. Tall and strong Halloween cat, pressing down through your shoulders and the palms of your hands. Returning back into neutral and taking a peek over your right shoulder like you had a tail. Let those hips fall down to the right. Take a deep breath here. Bring it back around into center. Other side, taking a look over your left shoulder. Let those hips fall down to the right. Big, deep breath. Bringing it back around into center. Separating your knees about mat width apart and bringing your big toes together behind you. Sitting back on your heels. Wide-legged child's pose. Let your arms slide out in front of you. You can drop your head down to the mat. Let your hips sink down deep. Let your hips sink towards your heels. Take a deep breath here. If at any time during your practice you just need a little break, you need a breath, you need to breathe, you can come down here, you can chill, you can hang out. Remember always, this is your practice. If you need a little bit more time in a pose because it feels so good for your body today, take the time that you need. This is your time. All right, coming back up onto your hands and your knees. Bring those knees back in parallel with the mat. Tucking your toes, lifting your hips, sending them up and back, downward facing dog. Take a moment here. Take a breath. Take your time. You might be feeling a little bit tight. Maybe you didn't practice yoga this weekend because it was the long weekend, like me. Big deep breaths, bending those knees, waking up the hamstrings. Looking up at your hands. Step or jump to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway, long straight spine. Exhale all the way down to the floor. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring it down through center. All right, we find ourselves standing. Inhale, both arms up into the air, grabbing onto that left wrist with your right thumb and forefinger. Inhale deeply. Exhale, pulling it over to the right. Kind of kicking your right hip out to the right. and pulling your left arm to the right. So you're creating this curve here in your body. Twisting your chest open towards the ceiling, open towards the sky, breathing in this side body stretch. Bringing it all back into center. Exhale, bring it down through. Drop those shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, both arms up into the air. Oh my God, my phone is going off. Sorry, that was weird. Sorry. Other side. Inhale, both arms up into the air, grabbing onto that right wrist with your left thumb and forefinger. Bending towards the left side. And you're going to kick your hip out towards the left, which is lengthening the right side of your body. You're just creating a little dip in here. Twisting your chest, looking up towards the right. Big full breath. Bringing everything back into center. Exhale, bring it down through. Drop those shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, all the way down to the floor. Now, you can bend your knees as much as you need to touch the floor, sending your awareness down into your right foot. You're just gonna pick up your right heel up off the floor, flexing that foot, bending your knee deeply. Right arm comes down along the inside edge of that right leg, twisting open with the left. Big full breath on this twist. One more deep breath. Exhale, bring it back down to center. Drop the heel. Take a deep breath. Reset. Sending your awareness into your left foot. Popping the left heel up off the floor. Ball of your foot is supporting you. Left arm comes down along the inside edge of that left leg, palm facing out, palm facing the right. Twist it open with the right arm. Big deep breaths. Shoulders stacked on top of each other, palm facing away from your body. One more deep breath. Exhale, bring it back down to center. Take a moment, reset, drop that heel back down to the earth. Inhale, halfway, long straight spine. Exhale, all the way down to the earth. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bring it down through center. Drop the shoulders away from your ears. All right, big step back with the right foot. Rotating that foot out at a 45-degree angle. Kicking that right hip out behind you. Reaching forward with the left hand. Reach, 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 reach as far as you can. Dropping the back of your hand to the inside of your ankle. Right arm comes up into the air, finding your Trikonasana, the triangle. So this is a tricky pose sometimes, but if you're doing it right, you're gonna feel a little side stretch here in your hip, sort of, in your side, in your hip. And you'll also feel it on your inner thigh here. Again, shoulders stacked on top of each other, palm facing away from your body. Looking down at your foot, finding your balance. Inhale to rise. Rotating that right foot behind you so that the side of your foot is parallel with the side of the mat. Bending that left knee over your left ankle. Warrior two. Just checking in with that weight distribution in your feet, grounding down through the outside edge of that right foot to make sure that back foot is doing its share of the work. We have a tendency to kind of dump everything into our front body. Take a little peek behind you, make sure that back arm isn't falling down. Inhale, straightening out that front leg and rotating towards the long edge of your mat. Toes facing forward. Inhale, arms up into the air. Exhale, forward fold all the way down to the earth. So, coming into your personal expression of the pose, bending as deeply as you feel comfortable. With every breath, inhale, rising up a little tiny bit, making space. And with every exhale, allowing yourself to fold a little bit deeper into the space that you're creating. You might hang out here, palms flat, arm bones stacked on top of each other. You might come right down onto your forearms. I find that the farther apart I allow my feet to go from each other, the deeper I'm able to bend. If I bring my feet far apart enough, I can drop my head down. One more breath. And on the inhale, bringing it back up to center. Turning towards the back of your mat, right toes pointed forward, left toes out at a 45-degree angle. Right arm in front, left arm behind, reaching forward, kicking that left hip out to the front of your mat. Dropping the right hand to the left ankle. Left arm comes up into the air. Shoulders stacked on top of each other, palm facing away from your body. Big, deep breath, Trikonasana. One more deep breath. Looking down at your foot, finding your balance. Inhale to rise. Bending that right knee over your right ankle, rotating that left foot so that the side of your foot is parallel with the side of your mat. Warrior 2. Grounding down through the outside edge of that left foot, tearing the mat apart with the strength of both of your feet. Take a peek behind you, make sure that back arm isn't falling down. Staring down the middle finger of that right hand. Breathe. Can you bend more deeply into that front knee? Straightening that leg out long and strong. And again, turning all the toes back towards the long edge of your mat. Option to use your belt or your strap here. Just fold it in half and clasp it behind you. If you don't have a belt or a scarf, you can just grab your hands together behind you. Inhale, lengthening through the spine, lengthening through the neck. Exhale, forward fold. Letting the hands, letting the arms waterfall over your head. Big and deep breaths, breathing into your shoulders. Let the muscles in your neck and your head relax. Big deep breaths. One more deep yoga breath. On your next inhale, starting to rise back up and dropping that strap or belt off to the side just for now. Bending your right knee and coming down onto your right side. Flipping your left foot, grounding down through the heel, pulling the toes in towards your face, coming into a side squat. Now, you might be up on the balls of your feet here, or you might come flat. It's totally up to you. You might experiment with what works better for you. I find that I have a little bit more stability and balance if my foot is flat, but not everybody's foot comes flat. You can hold yourself with your hands, or you might experiment with the balance a little bit and come up into a prayer position. Grounding down through that heel, pulling the toes in towards your face. We're here for 2 more breaths. If your hands are up, finding the floor and crawling over to the other side, bending that left knee, pulling the right toes in towards your face and grounding down through that heel. Now, this side might be different. You might find more or less balance on this side, like I am today. You might come up on the ball of your foot, or it might be flat. And I'm finding that I can't have this side flat. The other side was okay, but this side's not. So you might find the same thing. And you also might find more or less balance on this side. Let's hang out for 2 more breaths. Grounding down through that foot, coming back up into center. Inhale to rise. Exhale, bring it down through. Turning back towards the front of your mat. Big step forward. Shake it out. All right, inhale, arms up into the air. Exhale all the way down to the floor, palms flat, stepping back into downward facing dog. Right leg comes up into the air, bending that knee, opening that hip to the side of the room. 1 more breath. Swinging that leg through, replacing the right hand with your right foot, dropping the left knee down to the earth. Inhale to rise, sending the hips forward and down, lifting from the chest, little tiny back bend. Lifting from the chest. Bending deeply into that front knee. Cactus arms come out to the side, bringing your shoulder blades together behind you. Inhale, arms up into the air. Exhale, open up to the right. Right arm reaching to the back, left arm reaching to the front. Hips are still coming forward and down. Inhale to rise. Other side, open up to the left. Left arm are reaching to the back. Right arm reaching to the front. Hips are going forward and down. Beautiful. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, both hands down on the inside of this right foot. Palms flat, fingers spread out wide. Arm bones stacked on top of each other. We're going to keep the left hand flat, twisted open with the right. Shoulders stacked on top of each other. One more breath. Exhale, bringing both hands down. Now, sending your awareness into that right foot. Pick up the toes and point the toes away from your mat, away from your body. Let that knee fall open. When that happens, the arch of your foot might come up off the mat, and that's totally fine. Allow that to happen. Hips are still coming forward and down. So options, you can hang out here, palms flat, fingers spread out wide, no problem. You can pick up your right hand onto your right knee and twist it out, kind of looking behind you at that left foot. Hang out here. Or you can come down onto your forearms, and this is the most intense option. Wherever you choose to be, we're here for 3 more breaths. On your inhale, starting to rise, coming back up, bringing that foot back flat on the mat, bringing the toes parallel to the front. Tucking your toes behind you, lifting those hips, stepping back into downward facing dog. Give yourself a moment here, feeling very different on both sides. Make any little movements that feel good in your body. Right leg comes up into the air. Lift it, lift it, lift it. Bending that knee, opening that hip. Gazing up underneath your left armpit. Breathe. Swinging that leg through, replacing the left hand with that left foot. Dropping the right knee down to the earth. Take a moment, find your balance. Inhale to rise, lifting from the chest. Hips are coming forward and down, little tiny back bend. Breathing fully. Cactus arms come out to the side, shoulder blades together behind you. Hips are still coming forward and down. Inhale, both arms up into the air. Exhale, open up to the right. Right arm to the back, left arm to the front. Hips are still forward and down. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, open up to the left. Left arm to the back, right arm to the front. Hips are still forward and down. Twist it out. Inhale, back up to center. Exhale, both hands down on the inside of this left foot. Take a moment, palms flat, arm bones stacked on top of each other. Hips are still coming forward and down. We're going to keep the right hand flat, twist it open with the left. Shoulders stacked on top of each other. Big full breath. On the exhale, bring it back down to the earth. Sending your awareness down into that left foot, point those toes away from the mat. Let your knee fall open, arch of your foot rising up off the mat. Options. Stay here, palms flat, arm bones stacked. Maybe with your left hand on your left knee, twisting open, looking at your right foot behind you. Breathe into it. Option number 3, coming down on your forearms. Hips are still coming forward and down. We're hanging out here for 3 whole breaths. The deeper you allow yourself to breathe, the more space you're creating in your body, in your muscles, in your bones, in your joints. On the inhale, coming back up to rise. Bringing that left foot flat, toes facing forward. Tucking your toes behind you, lifting those hips. Stepping back into that downward facing dog. Take a moment, take a breath. And from here, we're gonna hop into the center of our mat and drop the booty down into a beautiful squat. Everybody's squat will look a little bit different. You might be up on the balls of your feet again. You might be flat. Wherever you happen to end up, long straight spine, shoulders back and down. Big full breath. One more breath. Dropping the booty down onto the mat, extending the right leg out, left leg in close to your body. Turning your torso towards that right foot like it's a bullseye. Option to grab your strap or your belt here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold, reaching your chest towards your toes. If you don't have a belt, you're grabbing onto your shin, your foot, your toes. And breathing those big, full breaths. Inhale to rise. Left hand comes beside the left hip, pointing those fingers away from your body. Right arm comes up and over, and we're gonna roll over that left knee. Right foot flat on the earth, lifting those hips up, up, up. Big side stretch. Beautiful. One more breath. Exhale, bring it back down to the earth. Switching sides. Left leg comes out, right leg comes in. Turning your torso towards this foot like it's a bullseye. Inhale, arms up. Lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Using your strap or reaching for your shin, your ankles, or your toes. Chest to toes. We're here for 3 breaths. On the inhale, rising back up. Right hand comes beside the right hip, fingers pointed out. Left arm comes up and over, rolling over that right knee, lifting those hips, grounding down through the left foot flat on the earth. Lift those hips, big side stretch. One more breath. Lift, lift, lift the hips. Exhale, bring it back down to the earth. Feet come together in front of us, soul to soul. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Give your toes a little wiggle. We're winding down. Really allow yourself those big, deep breaths. Inhale to rise, bringing it back up, tall and strong. Arms out, palms facing down. Let those shoulders drop away from the ears. We're going to go right over left, crossing above the elbows, bending the elbows and bringing the backs of your hands together, thumbs facing your face. If that feels okay and you want to take it a little bit further, you can wind up your arms, bringing your palms together, thumbs still facing your face. Lift those elbows up right in front of your nose and gently push them away from your body. Gazing down at the space in between your elbows and your chest. Gently release. Give your shoulders a roll. Switch directions. Other side. Arms out, palms facing down. This time we go left over right, above the elbows, bending the elbows, bringing the backs of your hands together. This might be it. Maybe you're good here. Maybe winding it up, bringing the palms of your hands together. Lifting those elbows up right in front of your nose. Give it a little bit of height and gently push them away from your body. Gazing down at the little space in between your elbows and your chest. Big, full breaths. Don't forget to breathe. You ever find yourself just like, waiting for the elevator or wandering around the grocery store, waiting for the bus? Bring your attention back to your breath. Take a deep breath in. Exhale fully. These are the moments when we need it the most. Gently releasing the elbows, letting them go, give them a little roll. So you can leave your feet like this, sole to sole if you like, or you can cross them in a regular cross-legged position. It's totally up to you. I'm going to keep mine like this for now because I'm really digging the way that it feels. Dropping the right ear to your right shoulder, lengthening through the left side of your neck. Don't add your hand yet. Just take a couple of breaths right here. Just allowing the body, allowing the muscles, the oxygen, and the time to open up with your breath. Breathe. Now add your hand, add the weight. Continue that deep breath. Let your left shoulder drop away, lengthening through this side of your neck. Yeah. Gently release, coming back up into center, roll your shoulders. Other side, left ear to your left shoulder, lengthening through the right side of your neck. Let your right shoulder drop down. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Allow your body the time and the oxygen that it needs to gently open up. Now add the weight of your left hand if you feel for it. Makes a big difference, right? Continue those deep, steady breaths. Gently release, bringing it back into center. Give the shoulders a little roll, a little reset. And let's look over our left shoulder. Bring your chin parallel to your shoulder. Tucking that chin and rolling gently down your neck, across your chest, and coming up over the right side. When you come up, chin parallel with your shoulder. Take a breath here. Beautiful. Tucking your chin, rolling down, back the other way, across your chest, moving slowly, coming up the other side. When you come up the other side, chin parallel with your shoulder, take a deep breath. Beautiful. Bring it back around into center. Give your shoulders a roll, and if your feet are still sole to sole like mine, now we can bring it into a cross-legged position. Inhale, both arms up into the air. Palms facing each other. Let your shoulders drop. We're just holding here for a moment. Gazing up at that space in between your hands. Big full breaths. And on your next exhale, bring it down into center. Beautiful. At the end of class, we find ourselves right where we started, back at the beginning. And that's the beauty of the cycle of our practice, the cycle of the week, the day, and everything in between. And I want to thank each and every one of you beautiful human beings for taking the time out of your busy day, out of your busy schedule to come and hang out with me in the living room to do some yoga. Namaste.